batala. You want ya. You want your wish. You not ever balala. You want your his. You get Oka. You want more with speed. But you want show. You want show. But you want show. And I mean, I just came a little. Where my hand I wish I cannot post it. You know salary, or you want them a trick. When them go finish, then you start to bid. You know got it, then you want some more weed. You can pay bills, then you want everything. You say the food not sweet, but you stay eating it. Tell me what it for, say you could chop it. You only got one shot. Yo. You want your wish. Look up. You not ever palava. You want your his. You got Oka. You want more with speed. But you want show. You want show. But you want show. All I think you doing my hand inside. All I ever ask a friend, tell your hand for inside. You want the pizza, don't eat pizza, you want Glikata. Slow the speed and get prepared for the rebound. You only wish you realize you only got one child. You go for meeting to pre child, then you start to cry. The thing you not ever, you go that you will show the give up. Making money with you, then you spend it on labor table. Your family crying, you're begging, they can't put on the table. Putting yourself on big shoulder, fake flow. You get big mouth, then you say you big shot. You got time to afford, you get big heart. You talking too much, your mouth full of salava. Sooner take break, you prepare for a palava. You better stop it, I have it, I think it's necessary. Don't let me scary, I hear it, I think it give me headache. Up to my vision, I'm good for scrapper. Scrapper. To my vision, I'm good for hustlers. Scrapper. Now they get to my easy putting you in Glikata. And you know, say your Oka stay in the garage. You know, your ma, you still want all the shit that. Younger black, but the money you want take seat. You now want dream, or you choosing anything. You can buy spray, but you want some sweet. Your teeth are correct in your mouth, you want him meat. You know, yourself when you send him for credit. So why you come and put it here? You not get TV, but you get buying this. You not get boyfriend yet, then you want married now. So out the sky, they make me fall upon. Tell you, only got one job. Yo. You want your wish. Look up. You not ever palava. You want your his. You got Oka. You want more with speed. But you want show. You want show. But you want show. To my vision, I'm good for scrapper. Scrapper. To my vision, I'm good for hustlers. Scrapper. You only got one shot. You want your wish. Yo. You not ever palava. You want your his. You got Oka. You want more with speed. But you want show. You want show. But you want show. It's a panaro. Takunche. Sibirikila batala.
It rains on the news.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Woke up this morning to 90 degrees coming up in Providence, Rhode Island. But there's a haze over Providence City because of the high humidity yesterday. Be careful as you drive. I don't know how bad this haze is. I'm not out there. But take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Although it's going to be hot today, expect some storms. That's the news for this morning. We also got news of the Newport Jazz Festival starting tomorrow. You know, it's a weekend festival. People go out there and listen to some old, good, funky jazz music, have some good eats, drink some good booze and refreshment, check out the arts and crafts, and just walk around and have fun. It's a good weekend, a traditional weekend in Newport that's been going on for years. It was started by George and Joyce Wayne, and may their souls rest in perfect peace. They were good people. I was fortunate to have known them, especially Joyce, who was a sort of a relative to my wife. So the Newport Jazz and Cultural Festival is starting tomorrow. There are restrictions. No diving, no fishing. Check the news for further restrictions if there are any. Okay? Take heed and govern yourselves. Have fun this weekend and just be civil. Okay? That's my news general for this morning. Let me look at my topics for the day. 1, in Liberia, with a majority of illiterate citizens, the leaders deny its diaspora masses of highly educated natural-born citizens rights to lead their own nation. 2, Dr. Glenn S. Prescod Community Self-Help Vocational Baking School on the Buduburam Refugee Camp in the West African Republic of the Ghana. Okay, let me take a break, sip on my coffee, wake me up, hey, and we'll start my show soon. Okay?
The best airport for Africa, not be from Ghana, especially West Africa. They won't talk about West Africa. The best airport, not be Ghana. The best airport, not be Nigeria. Now, one country now get the best airport, and we never know. Because all of us, you're focusing on Ghana, focus on Nigeria, because I said that they speak English, and we call it if say nine. I don't know say one West Africa country, your PM, they look us, you see there. Not be about money. You will see airport. You will see AC. You will see things. You will see doings. Guy, oh, China people now they build. That's why I say that they invest for now. Say one of them. If those of you who never see the airport.
As our captain informed you, so the airport in Monrovia is closed because there is no electricity at the moment. They are trying to fix it, but we had some fuel to do a few miles fly around. But until now, we don't have any contact with the airport of Monrovia, so we have decided to go back to Freetown. In Freetown, we will see if we can take some fuel and what the decision will be onwards. So if you have any questions, please do not ask our cabin crew at the moment. From the moment we have news, we will come back to you, because once landed, we need to organize fuel, we need to organize the flight again, so this takes a bit of time. So As soon as we have information, we will come back to you. And I know some of you have tomorrow morning a connecting flight out of Brussels. You may be worried about that also. So from the moment any decision taken in Freetown, we will come back to you with all the information needed. Thank you for that.
I know some of them are confused. Put Liberia president. Person see the shame. This is a disgrace to the nation. There's on an airport. Light cut it off like disco dancer. People they come light off. They not feel land. They carry they go another place go land. This is a disgrace to country. I not just understand Africa. Waiting go take us to take do light. And they say this is what they continue to do. You cannot censure people. You are the president. Now let me just talk to you straight. So I don't say when I would just say people did different departments, but now I be the president of this country. Waiting they keep us not the past like everywhere come here black. Say all the people they lost life. And life na plan. I not just know what Africa. Una to the thief. How can you thief airport? Now so the day I reach your airport. It is just you cannot understand what they are talking. 10 Nigerian people made the interpreter, not be all Nigeria, the one who did Delta State. And interpreting when. Airport to bomb to Zak. Can never say. What did it happen? They also want to be almost 200 years. No light. Waiting. Even if like not dead the country airport. Liberia people, this is a disgrace. And when they see the offer on some side. I mean, we miss some generator. Okay, I mean, draw. You understand? So go and do your airport work. Fees that is sack people. Be active. Or you worry about where be active. Time when you go tell you they go sing. You reggae, you go sing. You will go sing. Now you don't sing. Leave the country now. Country don't they off. Light don't they off for airport. If light off airport, it off for the whole country. And they will talk to you. You do face like this. Do face like this. You go no go finger. No finger be away yo. Go straight to down, no time.
It's funny. I gotta laugh. That just the small disgrace. Now look at the big disgrace from yesterday. Look at the incompetence. Foreigners condemning our president, telling him that he's worthless, that he must go fix his airport. These are the useless, corrupt, evil people leading my country today. And these are the people that made a law yesterday that the masses of educated people in America, in Europe, in China, in Asia, China, Asia, in Europe, in Asia, and everywhere else in the world can come home and be what they want to be in their country. They must come home and be less than naturalized citizens because that's the fact. You telling me coming home to Liberia, I can't be Minister of Justice, I can't be a defense minister, I can't be this, I can't be legislator, I can't be this. You list a whole part of things that you deny me. But foreigners not born in Liberia, coming to Liberia, can inherit the right to achieve through our laws. And you deny me, a natural born citizen of my country, that right. With all the incompetence, with all the corruption, with all the stealing. Look at in our legislature, we got people that can't read and write. Then you telling our people in the diaspora that have been longing to come home and make a difference in our country that they can't come home. And people, you see what make it even worse? People like Emmanuel Wetty and all these people that are supposed to be standing up for educated, highly educated people. These are the other educated people that George Weah them George Weah them superior than above. They're superior than these people. Wetty them. Because Wetty them mentality worse than George Weah mentality. How you will be a master degree holder, a professional in America, a leader of Liberians in America for 20, 30 years, you led EULA. That's why EULA ain't worth shit. EULA can't do nothing. People in EULA are worse than the leadership in Liberia. This man sit there and look at that kind of law and won't tell us that that law is good for us. There are certain positions I agree that diaspora Liberians coming home after being away for years should not hold. Presidency and vice presidency. Those are traditional restrictions that have been in our laws from 1847, our first constitution. Our laws prohibited any Liberian who had not lived in Liberia for years and coming back home. You can't assume the presidency of the vice president of our country, but you can run for any other position. Because those two positions, we want people who are cognizant of our society, who have lived in our society from time immemorial, who understand every aspect of the intricacies of the Liberian society and can address it. People who live or born in the diaspora or live in the diaspora for years and coming home cannot address some of the issues in our country right now. They cannot. So being president and vice president are prohibited from them. They can esteem any other positions. Our country is poor. Our country has always been struggling. That's why we haven't put restriction on our people coming from America. Now we know throughout the ages that we have criminals that come home with intentions of destroying our country's economy and stealing and fleeing. So what we'll do, we'll punish all Liberians because of those few people. We can't do that. That way we tighten our security. We tighten our laws, not to deprive them from getting position, but to ensure that when they get those positions, they adhere to our principles and our laws, and if they forbid them and they break them or disregard them, they will be punished. They will be subjected to punitive action just like any other Liberian, and they will not leave our country. So, what kind of measures we can take? As soon as we appoint you government position, you give her your passport. We're not taking it from you, but you're serving as a government official in our government. As long as you're serving there and you're an American, you so and so, you give up your passport. You give it to the Liberian government, the foreign affairs, let them seal it for you. We ain't going to take it from you. We're going to do nothing to it. But as long as you're serving in our government, you cannot have American passport. There is no Liberian here except you go on the black market to buy American passport. But if our government sees your American passport, as long as you're a government official, and put it with the Treasury Department in the safe, and you can't reach to it as long as you're serving as a government official, how you run away? Where you run away to? Where you run away to? You can't run away. So why would we deny these people from serving our government when you got an illiterate woman who's selling Kool-Aid and water in the street in our legislature? Then you say a man like me who wants to serve in the legislature can't come and run to be a legislator? So this is just the plan of the ignoramuses and the idiots and the dummies that are leading our country today to deny educated Liberians the chance of taking over our country and punishing them for stealing, for their corruption, for their killings, for the mass criminality against our country and people. These people think they will get away with it. They ain't going to get away with it because we got to change that law. We ain't going to agree with it. You can sit in your conference and decide how you're going to destroy our country and how you're bribe Wetty, because I know for Wetty to agree to that kind of law, he must have been bribed. But what do you expect of Emmanuel Wetty, a man who's been serving in EULA for 20 years, violating every law and policy of EULA? I was there. We fussed. All of us fussed in EULA because we beat them. We beat he and Cassidy in the election with James Lassar. James Lassar won by 1 vote. They couldn't take it. That's how EULA divided between Congo and country. They said James Lassar, even though he's Bassa man, he's not Congo man, highly educated guy, smart as a bat. They said he being controlled by the Congo people. How a man like me control James Lassar, a 17 man like that, a man, highly educated man with bachelor, Chief Lassar were being used by Wetty and Cassidy to do their dirty work. Chief Lassar was from Maryland. Maryland did not have a chapter in EULA. So once you don't have a chapter in EULA, you cannot be in a leadership role of EULA. So they have been doing that for years until Mator Pangba became president of Rhode Island chapter and appointed me and Marlon King to go to EULA as Rhode Island representatives. As soon as we got there, we knew there were going to be problems. Because when we got there, we wanted to see the rules that these guys were operating under. They had no rules. That's the first thing. Secondly, all the chapters, they knew none of the leaders. How you will be head of a union and all the presidents and chairmen of the different chapters, you don't have a list of the leaders and the president. So we started questioning them. Why you running your club? Then we see Lassar making decisions in EULA. We put a stop to it right there. We said, no. Lassar, what chapter are you from? He said, Maryland. Where is Maryland chapter in our order? No chapter. Maryland did not even pay their membership dues. No dues, you can't. I said, man, step down for nothing, picking. Your time finished. All the shenanigans finished. So what did they do? To appease our situation, they went and paid Lassar registration for Maryland. Maryland ain't got no representative there. But these guys got together because they wanted to keep Lassar, because Lassar was the man who used to do all the work for them. He was the smart guy. Cassidy not smart. He's a politician. He understands politics. Liberian deceitful politics. That him. And Wetty. That way they couldn't beat us. It was tough though, because they were entrenched in the leadership of EULA. They had been there for 20 years. We just got there for 1 year. And we start pointing out the faults in their leadership. We start challenging them. Said, no, you can't do that. This is not a rule. The first thing we started with Lassar. After they pay Lassar membership fee for Maryland. Only one man from the state of Maryland, but you pay the membership fee for the whole state of Maryland. So we said, okay, no problem. Once the money comes to Maryland, we accept it. We ain't got no problem with Lassar. Lassar is highly educated. He's a smart guy. He will see. So when we started challenging them, Lassar saw the truth to what we're saying. Lassar started questioning them too. Oh, what happened to this? What happened to the money for this? I told you you're going to do this. All of that, oh. Lassar, you questioning us now? You never questioned us before. What you question? Why did all the questions coming off from? You've been in leadership. Now we make you official now. You questioning us. We said, yeah, because we questioning you too. What happened to all these things you've been doing here? What happened to this? They couldn't do. When look, Lassar switch. Lassar said, I can't be where I don't go. You've been using me for truth, but these guys not showing me the truth. So we said, okay, Lassar, what you want to do? Lassar said, I want to run for chairman of the organization. We said, run, we'll support you. He ran. We supported Lassar. For the first time, Chesson and them have been challenged in almost 20 years for the chairmanship of the EULA. For the board chair, for the secretary general, every position, they were challenged. And it was a tough race because we're 50-50 almost. But one person broke the vote, man. One person broke that vote and we won by one vote. Right there, Castle leader saying, Lassar is a stooge of the Congo people. Listen to the people who want to lead our country. These are the people fighting for our country. Talking about country. Educated people. People with master's degree and PhD degree. Talking about Liberian people, country, and Congo. You see what our country can develop? The indigenous people of our country not talking this kind of thing. That are educated fools talking about country and Congo to divide us because they know when to say those kind of thing. And that what happened in EULA. But it couldn't work. It couldn't work because they have played with that country and Congo thing for too long. But when the people saw real leadership, because we were coming with leadership, we were not coming with bullshit. We were pointing out things that were going wrong and changing them. And people were saying they were effective. The things we were doing were effective. These people have been denied positions in the union for so long. We got there and started changing them. People started being appointed to different things, to different positions. People saw their leadership. So they said, well, oh yeah, Lassar. Then the whole EULA came to the find a conclusion that yes, LaSalle was the man behind Kesali and Wetty. They can't do nothing. Those guys are dumb. Look at the kind of citizenship thing they're backing. What kind of sound Liberian will want to be less than a real naturalized citizen of our country? Because when you're doing to us, you're making us fools. You're telling us we can't have position that naturalized citizens from foreign countries can come in our country and get. Then you're telling us Liberian-born citizens with degrees, terminal degrees, PhDs, coming home to change our country. You're telling us we can't come home and get position. We can come home, but we can't get position. We will just sit down and run around. You think that would be even safe for you in our country? You think a whole part of educated people coming home and just sitting down and not running for the position they want is safe for you dummies? You dummies will not be safe. You don't know your dummies. But George Weah, you and all your people are dummies. And you got to understand and admit to it and get out of our government. Because you people have no place in that government. The time of illiteracy is over. The time of the illiterates leading our country, our people is over. The war is over. The coup is over. We're back to civilization. We want our country to grow and improve. Not only that, because there is some kind of improvement going on there. But that improvement is fast. We want our people to grow in their minds, in their spirits, and in their bodies. It can't happen with dummies leading our country. It can't. It can't. Everybody has the capacity to learn. But when you not have the ability to lead, you cannot force yourself into positions. You can't. Private position different from government position. If you got a private business, like we got our club in Ghana. Roland Son Joloka is leading it. He's a college material, but he hasn't been to college yet. But he understands aspects of leadership that can help his community. He wanted to enlighten people in that community that understand what it means to bring your people together, to form things, to lead people, to set things together. So that kind of man is an asset to our country because we don't have many educated people in our country that can reach out to our masses of illiterate people. So our educated people have to be innovative in bringing people into the fold that we know are loyal, that we know are patriots, that then we know not greedy and not corrupt, and assisting them and guiding them into doing the thing. Our whole society corrupt. Our whole society corrupt. Tottenham corrupted us. One man stayed in power for 30 years, and in that whole 30 years, we're singing trust and don't pay, for there's no other way to be happy in Liberia but to trust and don't pay. Hey, my people, how you trust for people and you don't pay them? You see how the man corrupt our system? Trust and don't pay. That song was sang from children. That Tugman died. You chop, I chop. You chop, I chop. That means you steal, I steal. Then we had the other one. Steve from Steve make God laugh. How God would laugh at that kind of thing? But that was Tugman era philosophy. Why? Because our whole society knew that Tugman was corrupt. But nobody could challenge Tugman because all the people that could challenge him, he either killed them or poisoned them. So there was nobody speaking up except Abel Port. And Abel Port was not a man to incite people to rise up because they had killed all the other people that were in power, that had the wealth and power, to rather make changes against Tugman. Tugman killed them, the Colemans, my grandfather, other people. So he eliminated them. Some people think it was good for our system. No. At one time, I too, Ben and I, you, all of us on Cotton, we just say that we take over our country and we control it at Tugman. That was a plan for many of us. And it wasn't only Congo people. We had club. The whole club of boys sit down and say, we'll do it. And we're of equal standing on Cotton. Nobody was pushing the other people down or insulting them. No, we're all educated people in the same group of intellects. But we sat down together and decided, look, when anything happens, we'll go take over our country and we'll keep it till we die. That was something Ben and I talking. I said, Ben, I know it's not right. It's not right because I travel, I learn, and I see that it's not right. I see the faults of Tutman. All I want to be like Tutman. It's not right. No, it's selfish. It's evil. It's not in the best interest of our country. We don't love our country. We do that kind of thing. No, it can't work. It destroys any democracy. And we want democracy. We want our country to thrive. We don't want that. We're happy or not talking about when you leave 1 or 2 years, we're going to war because the ills of the country were never resolved. And this is what happening under George Weah. Look at all the cases we got in court, haven't been resolved, people in jail. Look at all the injustices going on in our country. Look at people being killed and there's no justice for them. Huh? Look at that Cooper girl died. Still injustice. Look at the people before her. Huh? That girl's sister, what her name? Metzger sister died. They killed the girl. Nobody got evidence witness. People got away with it. Impunity. There's too much criminality in our country going on with all people being punished. This emboldens the rogues and the criminals and the murderers in our country to do more. Now look at we talk about George Weah. They come to raise money by cutting people internet down. You pay $5 for 7-8 hours of internet time. When you go look, you on the line, boom, you just cut up in 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, after 2 minutes, they're stealing money. The people ain't got no money. It's evident that this government has to leave because it would disgrace our country. They would disgrace our people. It would take long to resurrect our country, my people. Nobody will want to turn to Liberia. It would take long. It would take long. Omer Boka ain't got the power to do what we need to do for our country. We have the same criminals from Ellen Johnson's era ruling our country. And this is my problem with Boka. He comes from the era of Tutman, with all the old Tutman and wannabes under him. And they are corrupt. They're not good for our country. They're not good for our children. They're not good for our future. We need to change our mentality. We need new blood in our society. We need to get rid of all these old people from Tutman, Ellen Johnson, all at the time, and bring new leadership in. And that's what they're trying to stop by changing our citizenship laws. They're trying to stop it. They want to keep these dummies in power. And look at Prince Johnson, Edwin Snow, Vonnie Sherman. That man got a degree and all, but he's useless. We'll be able to replace that kind of man because people will come. They will serve the communities. People won't come to Liberia to put money in Liberia, man. We got Liberians that want to pump money in our country, but they can't do it because our leaders too corrupt. Our system corrupt. We have been corrupt since Tutman time. They're not something that started right now, man. People, you'll get it to your heads. We are inherently corrupt, and Tutman mayors corrupt. And when our leaders, our true leaders, were killed or poisoned and they died, back to She, all of them came and enriched themselves. They enriched themselves. They deceive our people. You know. Yes, Tutman did some tremendous good, but staying in power for 30 years alone destroyed everything he did. It destroyed, look at Liberia now. Everything Tutman did for us, nearly destroyed. We got to start all over from scratch. And when I say from scratch, we got to start from changing the mentality of our people and telling us that trust and don't pay is evil. It's not the best interest of Christians. Christians pay their bills. Christians do not owe people. Christians do not steal from other people to pay their bills. We live by principles of honesty and integrity and justice. That's what Jesus stands for. Justice, J for justice. So those are standards of Christians. Not this other bullshit you're talking about trust and don't pay, and you're going to church and talking about Christianity, and all of you are just corrupt. The pastor corrupt, the pastor in voodoo, the Juju, everybody following the leader of our country who is a dummy. What can a dummy do for us? That's the problem when you take these 12 graders and these college dropouts and these high school dropouts to lead us and think that you love them more than you love our country. You'll suffer. You'll suffer until you come to the realization of your own follies. Then you know that patriotism to our country outweighs loyalty, love for, or trust in other people. I can't trust anybody else with my country. The only way I trust you is to follow my laws. That's the only thing that governs us, our laws. And we've got dummies and slum lords and crooked people and war lords and bandits like Barney Shema them leading our country and making laws for us. How can we ever achieve real progress, development, and self-enhancement? We can't. Our country is dying. And somebody got to save us. Somebody got to save us. Because democracy will not save us. It will not save us. Joe Parker administration, I don't know, it would be better than this man. I don't know it. But we got to see it. I don't know it. They say. But the same people, Wetty, Kessler, all of them in Joe Parker government. Those people coming to lead us, making messed up laws and supporting useless things. I told Kessler, Wetty from long ago, I said, Wetty, you don't know your own constitution. How can you be a natural-born Liberian fighting for dual citizenship for Liberian people? On this kind of stupidity. Dual citizenship has existed for time immemorial. If there were no dual citizenship, how people can leave Liberia and go home and build their houses and go home and take over their land, and the government don't say shit. They can't say shit because everybody does it. Every Liberian come and get citizenship, indigenous Liberian, Congo Liberian, any kind of Liberian can come to America, get your American citizenship and go home and own your property and do what you want to do. Nobody will say fine. Nobody will say fine to you. So why all of a sudden now people changing laws to prohibit other Liberians from excelling to positions in our country where they can help build our nation? Like somebody on one of the shows was saying, he said, if I get a degree in port management, you will come home and make me a director of a division in the port, while a person with a high school degree is appointed to port director, and they will be coming to me to ask me how they can do this, how they can do that, and I'm sitting there frustrated with my degrees in port management. Does that make any sense to you people? Only dummies think like that. And our president is a dummy, a bobo, a dummy, a useless, incompetent, anything. And our legislature and judiciary just hanging on to him. So birds of a feather flock together. I rest my case on this issue. Rise, my people. Rise, my patriots. The time of the 1980 revolution must be revived. It's now. It's now. Our revolution cannot die. Too many good people died and were killed because of our 1980 revolution. Government officials as well as private citizens. Congo people, country people, native people, or settler people, whatever you want to say. Good people died for nothing, for uselessness, and they cannot die in vain. Our revolution must be resurrected. And these people who are taking us astray for their own interests and own corrupt and goals because of Tutman corruption must be restricted, pulled back in, jailed, and sufficiently punished. The time of the Liberian people is now. We need every penny of the Liberian people to build our roads. We can't keep begging foreigners when our roads got $1 million of our money sitting in our country, acting like they ain't got money. They acting broke. We find it where your money is. We find it, we squeeze your We squeeze you so hard, you will tell us where your money is, and we're coming for it. And you will give everyone it back to us. Because our university students will no more be militants. They will be intellects who will sit with you and challenge you. Because there will be people who will be wearing jeans and not military uniform. No khakis. You pull, look for a pair of jeans. That's American tough uniform. That's the toughest thing in America, that working man's clothes. So that's a student clothes too. You got nothing, find a pair of jeans. You can wear it 1 week without washing it. I did it many times at the University of Liberia. I sat down on the ground, walked everywhere, did everything with one pair of jeans, and I wore it 1 week, wash it on the weekend, put it on the next week, and I wore it. I was in a struggle. I didn't even give a damn what people said. They weren't paying my bills. They weren't feeding me. I was in the struggle. And we got to be in the struggle. We don't care what people say. We know what just, what's right, what's good for our nation, our people. And we know these people leading our people are the enemies of progress and advancement for our country and people. The time for the Liberian 1980 revolution to be revived and fully implemented for the progress of our country and people is now. Aluta! Continua. My class is done. Let me take a break and we'll go on with my second topic.
One life, yes.
Good morning, everyone. So this morning,
People no matters more. Yes.
This morning we are doing party donut. Is another type of pastry. You use it for weddings. You use it when you're using it for weddings. It's only for the bridal table. You use it for parties. You use it for graduation. It's just a different type of donut. It's not the one that has the whole inside, but this one is round. So when you see it, you'll be thinking that, oh, it's buffalo. It's not buffalo. They call it party donut because it doesn't use yeast.
Excuse me, what about buffalo?
Buffalo is the one that go with yeast. Is that round color?
Round color, yeah. Round color, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they call it drop donut.
Drop donut.
Yeah,
okay.
they call it drop donut. So this party donut, this party donut we are about to face, it goes with 1 cup of flour, which is 4 ounces. Then 2 tablespoons sugar. The sugar is level. 1 teaspoon heat butter, which is margarine. You have 1 egg. The egg, you will wax it and add it to the milk. And the milk, you will use 2 to 3 tablespoons milk or water. Then you have 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 pinch soda. When they say pinch soda, you just take your hand like this, you call it pinch, and put it there. 1. Okay. Then we have salt, pinch of salt, the same thing. You just take it. Then we have a drop of essence, which is, you can just take a drop from the top. You just drop it there. You use a drop of essence. And oil to fry. These are ingredients that you are using. So we are about to start. For now, yes.
All right. We'll say thank you so much for the lesson this morning. Or what to do frying today, right?
Yes, we are frying. It's the frying method now we are using.
Okay.
Yeah, we are on frying method.
Yeah, like last 3 weeks, your own assessment didn't finish.
Yes.
Or on the new film, right?
Yes.
There's a frying method now.
Yes. This is the frying method.
Yeah. That's all the year. Thank you so much. We're so proud of you guys. We say thank you for the Randy Chesson. Say thank you so much. That Glenn also appreciate you. We love you all. Thank you so much. Be willing to see you next time again. Thank you. Any message to Daddy or Dr. Glenn?
I just want to say God bless Dr. Glenn and our daddy. I want to say keep doing what you are doing for the students. I'm impressed myself seeing the handwork and seeing what they are doing. It gives me the urge to do more for them. So I want to say God bless you all and may God open the windows of heaven that you'll be able to get the finances to be able to support them. Thank you. I appreciate it.
After the assessment, we see a lot of students improving small. One of the students, Tina Gray, I bought a bread last time, more than 12 bread, but apart from her, at least I know that you're doing something for the school year. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can see your students around. You can see everybody waiting patiently. That's a girl talking about Tina Gray, who do a bread last time. Tina, yeah,
Yes.
I want to say thank you to you. Keep trying. Yeah, keep trying. You're good well. We appreciate you. Last time I ate your bread, I know that the school is going far. Yeah, but any message to just appreciation to Daddy and Dr. Glenn. Just say thank you to them. That's all we need for you this morning.
Okay. Well, then, thank you so much for your good work that's done for me. And I'll continue praising you. So, continue it. And we need more things. So, now, we are going to a frying tap. And we have material. Thank you for your effort. You done it. You sell all money to buy material. So
Yesterday, Friends already just saying, donated 2 flower beds with one big cannon, some cleaning for donor. Say thank you so much, Daddy. For any final message to the Papa, Oma.
Oma, thank you. Oh, God know you. Papa, thank you for your good way you done for us. We are continuing praising Papa. And all our need praying for you.
How you feel doing your private call? You go around selling?
Papa, yes.
What's that inside?
I have a but you know, we do private call, we don't have material. So I will feel on dry and I can have our material. We go to our house, we do our private call, and we'll be happy.
Yeah. If they want to hire you to work in the school at the big baby for, are you willing to do that?
I will do that. Yes, I will do that.
After graduation, we want to hire you.
I will do that.
Yeah. Okay. To work with Frederick Jesse?
Yes.
Are you willing?
Yeah. I will do that because I get good teacher. I'm teaching up. They are giving more knowledge to us.
Yeah.
So if I'm working this school year. We'll do our best. I think we do it.
I know that you want to start for the register, right?
Yes.
But next 2 months,
Yeah.
I bring in like industrial the same thing. I bring in 2 again.
Yes.
That's one for employee.
Yes.
Bake and sell.
Yes.
The student one side, those who want to work in school, bake him, they sit down selling. Are you willing to employ you?
Yes. Yeah, well, let me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Good morning. Yeah. Please introduce yourself to us more.
My name is Anderson.
Yeah.
I'm happy this morning to
Yeah.
be this.
So what are you doing this morning? You see, I don't know, you're granting no milk?
No milk to put in a
Yeah.
cake donor.
Yeah. Okay.
A petty donor.
Petty donor, right?
Yes.
I look.
They look the color.
Wow.
Small and round.
Wow.
They
Wow.
look. They not color.
Okay.
It's how it look.
Yeah.
So it round.
Yeah. It run right?
It's looking how it round.
Yeah. Yes, it run. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. The message for the daddy and mommy.
I
Anything
tell my
that
mommy and my daddy thank you very much for what they did for us.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be in the school and to learn more.
Okay.
The only thing I'm asking them for, I want to finish the school, they must help us with oven on our own to be able to bake. Like tomorrow, that when they come, they will be happy to see us again. And maybe the other student will be a teacher for them for next time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. I'm recalling you, please. Silent. Only 8 minutes during the building, please.
So in our 12 friends, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, right? Let me make it 20. It will help them. I want you to get money for Friday. So we doing 20 maize because one cup is equal to 1 maize. And I 1 maize knows I will give you because we adding, that's why we give to 20. And you people are how many groups? 4 groups. Okay. Now we come to the sugar.
Excuse me. Let me
So that's the sugar. Sugar,
Is it a 2?
40 spoons. So that do something so we'll do fast. When you're baking, I will have options. Give me the tablespoon, please.
The spoon ain't that box.
And this is a tablespoon.
What a baking powder. What a baking powder.
It's not the level, okay? So you get it.
Picking one recording. See, I'm doing donut today. Yeah, I'm doing petit donut. Petit donut doing today. The first aspect today, I'm doing petit donut. Yeah. See, measure your sugar. See, 8 minutes explaining. Measure the sugar. Make sure that you have air frying. We start frying today. Thank God for you guys. Yeah. The student and everybody washing up. Make sure the sugar. Yeah, the student, everybody waiting patiently. Start the day. See.
So when you do it in a day, you know you double. You make sure you take your time. You see how we're patient? Yes. And at 2.5, right? Okay. 2.5.
Let me see that book. Give me it. All right. Why you going here?
Let me open the air. Off on the air. You will not be able to have milk, or if you're not able to have all the milk, if you're sensitive, you know what kind of milk to use. But what you do is just make sure that you add the milk and the egg. And your trouble. Essence. So you have to do rubbing to send the texture. When you do it empty, as you do it empty, no.
Go empty in the other
Empty
pot.
another bowl. I need bowl.
Bowl in a big bowl.
Excuse me.
It's the parlor. It's the parlor one. How do you call it? I don't see.
You guys see? I'm doing frying this morning. That's a petty donor. You see Amy or Sarah on the fire? Your daughter is Amy or Sarah on the fire. You can see her. You see the student waiting to go sell. See a beautiful student there. You see your boy Jim behind there, taking record down. You see a chair lady and co-chair lady together. You see the organizer, the co-organizer. You see the organizer coming outside. The assistant to CEO of it. Yeah. You see everybody, the student waiting to see Amy, what we've been doing. I see all the donor. Completely donor. Yeah. I'll be calling. Yeah. Two petty donor. You can see.
That was a dirty to know.
Yeah. You see? See? We're doing a fry this morning. Frying extra I'm doing now. We're doing a baking already. We're frying. Frying metal. Say me, I want to thank you so much. Yeah, boy. Papa said, one year something for you. Wow, remember I can't camp. Yeah. Say we play elegant pool here. If you don't send, you're not enjoy it. I come in. What's the user of my It is the morning. You want to be calling? What's about you? How are you feeling today? But Linda, you having your brother waking this coming weekend, right? Yes. Okay, we'll be info. We'll be there with you. At where? Whenever. Okay, we'll be there with you. Okay. That's it, Dolan. That's it, Dolan. Everything. I'm calling you, please. Oh, that's job. We're calling you. I think I can't leave my work.
You can buy them when you're the points are screwing with the frying pan. That's not your cleaning yet. Hey, I mean, don't they use it? I was telling me I want to do. The reason for which you put in water because the flour got wheat inside. If not, it will change to sweet bar. We don't want sweet bar, so we have to stretch it. Yes. So if you notice, for all-purpose flour, they have it there, it will come up very good.
Okay.
Yes. So there's no need of them adding water inside.
So it's me.
I think you look at the second session here now.